Level 1, White Belt, the beginner. The dojo's quiet. The student stands alone, tying a white belt for the first time. Their hands shake. The belt is fresh, unmarked. In 3 months, it will have seen sweat and floor things. This is where every karateka starts. The white belt represents potential, other than just skill. In Japanese tradition, white means emptiness, a blank canvas. The student knows nothing. Humility begins here. So does realizing you cannot karate chop bricks like in movies. Not yet, anyway. The sensei corrects their stance, feet too wide, back not straight, fists clenched too hard. Every punch feels awkward, every block uncertain. You look like someone fighting invisible bees while standing on ice. White belts learn the foundation. Basic stances like Zenkutsu Dachi teach balance. The student extends one leg forward, bends the knees, sinks low. Muscles burn, your legs are having an existential crisis. They thought they signed up for yoga. Precision matters more than power. A weak punch with perfect form beats a strong punch with poor technique. Proper alignment creates effective strikes. Wild haymakers just make you dizzy. The student practices repeatedly. Step forward, punch, step back, block. Repetition builds muscle memory. The sensei has seen students accidentally punch their own knee and block their own face. Do not be that person. If you are starting your karate journey, comment below about your biggest challenge and don't forget to subscribe. Level 2, Yellow and Orange Belts, the first rays of knowledge. Months pass. The student now wears a yellow belt, then orange. These colors represents the first light of the rising sun. Knowledge is dawning. The awkwardness fades. Movements become smoother. Confidence grows, but so does the challenge. You now own 3 karate uniforms because one is washing, one is drying, and one smells like determination and regret. At this level, students learn their first kata. A kata is a choreographed sequence simulating a fight against imaginary opponents. Basically an ancient dance battle routine, except nobody's beatboxing and everyone takes it seriously. The first kata might be Taiyoku Shodan or Hien Shodan. Step forward, block, punch, turn, kick, return to stance. Each movement must flow smoothly. In your mind, you're a legendary warrior. In the mirror, you look like a confused traffic controller arguing with air. Learning kata is mental rather than physical. Students remember every technique's order and when to breathe. A block protects the body. A punch drives energy forward. Not like shooing a pigeon. More like posting an aggressive letter through a distant mailbox. Kata teaches discipline differently. The kata comes from within. One forgotten step collapses everything. You stand frozen, eyes darting like trying to remember where you parked. Everyone notices. Students realize karate is about combinations. A punch followed by a block and kick becomes a strategy. Your limbs finally work as a team instead of 4 independent contractors. Level 3, Green and Blue Belts, Growth and Coordination. The student now wears green, then blue. These colors symbolize growth. At this stage, karateka is no longer a beginner, but intermediate. Movements are fluid. Techniques are sharp. You have finally stopped walking into walls during footwork drills. Progress. Green and blue belts learn controlled sparring called kumite. For the first time, they face an opponent who moves unpredictably. Kata was static. Drills were predictable. Sparring is alive and mildly panic-inducing. Turns out real people do not stand still to be punched. Rude. Control becomes essential. Green belts must pull their punches, striking close enough to show accuracy, but stopping before full contact. Students who cannot control power endanger their partner. Those who cannot control fear become ineffective or develop the 1,000-yard stare. Just like mastering control takes practice, staying connected with this channel takes one click. Hit subscribe and join us on this martial arts journey. Combinations grow longer and complex. Students practice sequences with footwork, feints, and counters. They read opponent movements, guard drops, strike high. The opponent leans back, close distance. They attack first, block, and counter. Coordination defines this level. The body moves as one unit. Punching and stepping happen simultaneously. Without coordination, you look like someone trying to pat their head and rub their stomach while remembering their grocery list. Level 4, Brown Belt, Focused Power, and Board Break. The brown belt is the final step before black. It represents maturity. The tree has grown tall and strong, but has not yet borne fruit. The brown belt must prove they're ready. The universe has decided the best way is public lumber destruction. At this level, students face the board break. A wooden board is placed on a stand. The student steps forward, takes a deep breath, and focuses all energy into a single point. Then, they strike. The board breaks cleanly in half. This is not about strength. Bodybuilders have failed. Meanwhile, a 70-year-old Grandmaster could snap one like a breadstick. It's about focus. The student must commit fully. Hesitation, fear, or doubt mean failure. The board represents an obstacle, a limit. Breaking it means pushing through. The moment before the strike matters most, students must visualize the break, seeing their hand moving through the board, not stopping at it. If your internal monologue is, "Please do not break my hand," congratulations, the board wins. The board always knows. For many, this is the most emotionally challenging moment. Karate is not just a technique, it's something that overcomes fear. When the board breaks, something inside breaks too. The belief they're not strong enough. The real obstacle was always in the mind. 5. Black belt first dan, the new beginning. The student ties a black belt around their waist for the first time. Years of training have led here. But this moment feels different. Instead of an ending, it feels like a beginning. It's like climbing a mountain only to discover another mountain behind it. And your sensei standing at the top, smiling knowingly. In Japanese, a first-degree black belt is called shodan, meaning first step. It's not a metaphor, it's the truth. Everything before was preparation. Now real training begins. This is finishing the tutorial level and realizing the actual game is much harder. A black belt must know every fundamental technique. Punches, kicks, blocks, stances, combinations. But technical skill alone's not enough. A black belt must understand philosophy behind movements. You must kick people with wisdom, purpose, and understanding, philosophically. At this level, students learn master-level kata. These are long, complex forms requiring stamina, focus, and expression. The kata is a conversation between practitioner and art. It lasts 3 minutes, feels like 30. Your lungs file a formal complaint halfway through. If this journey inspires you, share this video with someone who needs to see that growth. Takes time, discipline, and patience. Black belts are expected to teach. They mentor lower belts and correct mistakes. Teaching is not a distraction, it is a part of training. Also, teaching white belts reminds you where you came from. You watch them struggle and think, was I that awkward? Yes, possibly worse. Level 6, Master 3rd to 4th Dan, Strategy and Leadership. A 3rd degree black belt's no longer a student. They are a sensei, a master. But mastery doesn't mean perfection, it means depth. A master knows how to perform techniques, why they work, and when to use them. They have become a walking martial arts encyclopedia that can demonstrate every page. At this level, training shifts from individual skill to strategic thinking. Masters train to fight multiple opponents. A master must track 2 or 3 attackers at once, never allowing themselves to be surrounded. It's like playing a video game where enemies spawn from all directions, except the control is your body and there's no pause button. This requires situational awareness. A master must sense danger before it materializes. They read body language, predict movements, and react before the opponent commits. This isn't instinct, it's trained perception. Some call it mastery, others call it the result of being punched enough times that your brain invested in an early warning system. Masters also teach regularly. They guide brown belts towards black belts. They correct intermediate students. They inspire beginners. Teaching requires patience, clarity, and empathy. A master must remember being a white belt back when their biggest accomplishment was tying their belt without YouTube instructions. Mastery combines technical excellence with leadership, strategic thinking with compassion, and power with responsibility. You have become the person younger students nervously watch, whispering, "That's who I want to be someday." Level 7, Grandmaster, Karate Philosophy, and the Lifelong Way. The Grandmaster does not wear their rank for recognition. Titles and belts mean very little. What matters is how they move, teach, and live. A Grandmaster spent decades in the dojo. Their body may no longer be as fast or strong, but their technique is flawless. They have nothing to prove. They can defeat you with techniques so clean it looks effortless, because it is effortless. At this level, karate's philosophy. The Grandmaster understands karate-do, the way of karate. It is a path of self-improvement. You're practicing being human, a disciplined human who can still kick higher than people half their age. The Grandmaster teaches with simplicity, a small wrist adjustment, a quiet stance correction, a single word of encouragement. They can watch you perform a kata once and spot 17 things wrong, then fix all of them with 3 sentences. The way of karate is lifelong. It continues until the final breath. Karate is not something you do, it's something you become. You do not practice karate anymore, you are karate. If this journey moved you, subscribe now and join thousands walking the way of martial arts. Comment below which level resonates with you most, and share this video to inspire others to begin their own journey.